My girlfriend's best friend has always given me the creeps, but now he's crossed a line by asking us to turn our relationship into a triad with him, and despite how uncomfortable it makes me, she still hangs out with him. I've been with my girlfriend Emily for 4 years now. Emily has a close friend Jeff who I have never liked. The guy has always come off as skeevy, whiny, and creepy to me. I've heard things about him from ex-friends, and even current ones that make him just come off as pathetic and creepy. I could go on and on about it, but I'll cut to the chase though. The real reason I do not like Jeff is that he has always been interested in Emily. They met in middle school and he's had a crush on her since then. He's tried and failed multiple times over the years to get her to like him. Ever since I came into her life, and we started dating, he's always given me the feeling that he's orbiting waiting for us to break up to try again. He's backed off romantically though and hasn't tried anything for the 4 years we've been together. Jeff has been a sore topic for me and Emily. Even though I don't like him, she and her friends do. I've made it clear to her that I don't like him, but I've never interfered with her friendship with him because I've always trusted her when she tells me she feels nothing romantically for him. This all changed last week. Jeff's own romantic life can only be described as unusual. From what I know, mostly one-night stands and third-wheel scenarios. He's openly poly and I've heard far too much about it from him. Not the lifestyle for me, but whatever suits you. What got to me though, was how he would talk about it to the people in monogamous relationships in his friend group, pitching it as if he was trying to sell them on it for other reasons. Last week, Emily and I tagged along with her friends for an outing. We ended up at a dive late at night for drinks and Jeff tagged along with the two of us. He was incredibly off-putting to me the entire night, much more than usual. Acting all buddy-buddy with me to an uncomfortable degree. As we sat and chatted, he brought up his most recent relationship from a few months back. A poly relationship where he was third-wheeling another couple. It was very awkward. Much more so when out of nowhere he recommended we try something like that ourselves. The short of it is he asked us to open our relationship and become a triad with him. He knows I'm straight, so what he really meant was he wants to screw Emily and for me to be okay with it. Emily declined, and I wanted to tear into the creep. However, Emily made me go to her car so she could pay for our drinks and leave knowing I was about to make a scene. Suffice it to say, I am not comfortable with her continuing to associate with him. I've made it clear that what he did was completely disrespectful of our relationship and that I don't trust him not to do something more sinister at this point. Emily, however, disagrees. She's saying this is just how Jeff operates, which makes me even more uncomfortable with the situation. He's not neurotypical, and her whole friend group has used that as an excuse for so long. I'm sick of hearing it. We have been arguing nonstop about this now. She doesn't think this is enough of a reason to cut him off and I cannot understand why. Her friend group has essentially decided to stay out of it as well. I did share my thoughts with someone I know who is an ex-friend of Jeff's from high school. I also learned that Jeff has tried to break up Emily and her boyfriends before, and he thinks this is another attempt. She was planning on going out Friday with friends to a movie, which included Jeff. We ended up having another massive argument in which I told her to not come back if she left. She's been staying at her parents' house ever since. Right now, I feel like I'm living in freaking bizarro land. Every single weird thing about her and her friends now sticks out like porcupine quills. It's like I'm the only one who sees a problem with what Jeff did, and that my opinion does not matter. Emily refuses to tell me what about Jeff is so important and endearing that he's worth this. It's like to her this is just normal or something. How do I even proceed at this point? It feels like I'm just being walked over. How can I convey how uncomfortable I am at this, or is it even worth it at this point? Update 5 days later, my ex-girlfriend has been leading a neurodivergent man on for over a decade to scam money out of him, even while we were together. I wasted the last 4 years of my life with a girl we'll call Emily. I thought she was a good and honest person. Boy was I wrong. A few weeks ago Jeff asked us to try out polyamory so he could be intimate with Emily. I was furious. I wanted to put him in his place, but Emily stopped me. She seemed to have no problem with him asking, even though she turned him down. Her whole friend group acted like this was just a normal thing to ask. That me being upset and mad that he would dare disrespect our relationship like that was wrong. It was Amy's problem. There are things that should have clued me into the fact that her friend group was a circus. I just ignored it, however. After the polyamory incident, I couldn't though. The things that ex-friends told me about Jeff and Emily made me ask questions and start digging. I ended up contacting one of Emily's exes and learned something very interesting. In high school, Jeff was giving Emily hundreds of dollars that he was stealing from his parents. Emily and I had been arguing constantly after Jeff asked the question. She had been staying with her parents for some time while things cooled off. Once she showed back up at our place this week, I decided to confront her and asked if Jeff was giving her money. She denied it at first, but I told her if she does not tell me the truth I will forward many of the texts she sent me commenting about Jeff's body and face to Jeff himself. Well, Jeff has been giving money to Emily since they met. For the entire 4 years we were together he was sending her sometimes hundreds of dollars each month. Her texts with him are flirty in nature. While not outright saying she's interested in him, she's heavily implied it. Acting like it's just not the right time for her to be with him. She has reaffirmed to me that she's not interested in him. In fact, she's implied she actually hates his guts. I asked if her friends are also taking money from Jeff, and she said she did not know. And I packed my stuff up yesterday and I'm staying with my brother till I find a new place. I simply can't be with someone like this. I blocked Emily. I sent Jeff a text simply showing him how Emily talked about him to me. I'm 99% sure Jeff is stealing from his parents still as he lives with them. I found his parents' numbers and texted them letting them know what's happening. Moving on from 4 wasted years is going to be tough.